Super Cool Radio!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Super Cool Radio interview. I'm your host, always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have some great guests joining me at this time who I'm excited to have on the podcast. On January 31st, Everlit released their latest single entitled Game Over. Please welcome all of Everett joining me at this time.
What's up, Matthew?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Matt?
Happy to join you, man.
How it goes.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So before we got quite a bit to discuss with Everlit and everything you guys have been, doing lately, especially this year. But before we do that, can everyone introduce themselves and say what instrument they play?
I'm Ryan. I'm vocals.
I'm Jordan. I'm the guitar player.
I'm Kyle. I play the bass guitar.
I'm Fidelity. I play the drums.
Well, thank you guys so much. So obviously, as I said, you guys have been off to a very great start this year, obviously with releasing the single plus signing with Chirp Entertainment. Before we get to all of that, so I'm curious with the latest single, Game Over, for anyone who's not listened to the single yet, what can they expect musically and lyrically?
It's a good question.
Who
Jake,
wants
you want to take this one for the lyrics?
Sure. Yeah. So Game Over is it's a lot about the pun of the games we play throughout our lives, of whether it's relationships or inner conflict. It's we play these very petty games, and it's about being able to overcome them, be able to end them, and just by realizing that they are just these kind of silly little games that we can subtract. So it's kind of it's an inspirational song. It's also a self-reflection song, stuff like that.
Yeah, I would say musically, as far as Game Over goes, just be ready for a banger. And it's a good preview of the style of music, the direction that we're moving in. We got a lot of stuff coming, a lot of new stuff coming, and I feel like Game Over's a good preview of where the direction we're heading. I
think so. It's a very hard rocking song. I really like the music and the lyrics side. I think it came together very well. So I'm curious for you guys, how was it writing and recording this single? Was it a different experience compared to previously released material?
Yeah, I mean, I thought this one came together real smooth. I feel like this one had a real natural process to it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty similar to how we've been working internally as a band, and then also with Taylor. But yeah, I mean, Jake's right. This one, some take a little longer, some have a little bit more of kind of back and forth, trying to find the vibe, the vibe that we want. This one, Game Over just kind of hit throughout the whole process. It was pretty smooth. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is true. It just kind of gelled.
Yeah, sometimes they go that way. That's how they're feeling good, when they just kind of cruise along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. There's something about just the flow of that song that's just really fun to play, fun to sing. I feel like it's a little bit more, at least for me, it's a little more fun to sing and play live than some of our other ones. So there's that too. How it just
right.
It became easier for us to write, and I feel like it comes easier to just play too, because it's just fun.
Yeah, it's kind of like that hat, dude. It just fucking rocks.
I love it.
Oh no, it definitely does. So I'm curious. You kind of mentioned it. So have you guys have performed this song live? Was it prior to release or after release?
Prior to release. So the last show we played was on October 18th at Broken Goblet Brewery. We opened up for our friends in Fight the Fade, I don't know if you heard of them, but they're a pretty rocking band too. They'd be a fun one to check out if you haven't heard them. And it was fun playing it there.
Yeah, like to test the waters.
For sure, for sure. So I'm also curious, I also want to highlight, so this song has a guest performer on it, which is JT from Famous Last Words. So how did that come about to have him featured on the song?
Yeah, so that's a great question. That was all doing of the new label deal that we have with Chirp Entertainment, and they were just talking about how to kind of kickstart the release of the first song, and Jeff and Shan said, hey, why don't we get somebody, on this to really just help, piggyback the streams and get it heard a little bit more, all that kind of thing. And Shan tossed out a few names. He said, these are, people that I probably won't have any problem getting on this song. And we really loved Famous Last Words and JT's vocals. We just thought he'd be the one.
Yeah.
So we asked, and he was all about it. And he kind of just said, like, hey, guys, what do you want me to do? And we were just like, be you, man. We just want you to do your thing on the song. He kind of just asked us what it was about, and then we let him do his thing. And when he sent us the vocals, we were like, wow, you crushed it. So that was that.
Yeah, it turned out really good.
So good.
Yeah, props to Shan for, getting JT on board, and then big props to JT for crushing. So turned out awesome.
Oh, for sure. I think it really tied the song together with his guest performance on it. As you said, did a phenomenal job with it. So I'm curious, have you worked with JT before, performed with him, or anything like that before this single?
No,
we never.
I knew their music, but I've never worked with them before.
As I said, great call by the label. I think it turned out amazing. So with that, kind of going along with that, you guys obviously announced you signed with Chirp Entertainment. So I'm curious, how did that come about, and how does it feel obviously being a part of them and working with them?
Yeah, just a lot of hard work over the years, putting our music out there and pushing and grinding, and we got to a place where we kind of just wanted to write our style of music and have fun. And I think you're starting to hear a better product that we're putting out. And we had a couple songs recorded with Taylor, and we were like, yo, let's throw this at Chirp, see if they have any interest in it. And got right back to us, and they're like, hell yeah, let's do it. So got signed to a 30-song deal. Game Over is the first one we're putting out, but we got 2 recorded and ready to go, and we're going down to the studio in a couple weeks to cut 3 more. So we got a lot of shit coming. We got a little kitty cat that just made an appearance.
Yeah.
Lexi wanted to be in the meeting.
Hey. Lexi. But yeah, also, yeah, totally. And also, I think it was just good timing.
Yeah.
So we've been, to the grindstone for very, we've been
Long time.
playing music for a long time, and we've always had that, nu metal influence, that we love that explosive feel, but it can also be, pretty and catchy, and just we've always kind of loved that style. And we started to, even in the middle of it all, we kind of started pushing our style one way, because we're nu metal, people don't love it anymore, that nu metal influence. And now nu metal's been roaring back. So now it's finally all right, sick. It's a time that we're kind of, is good timing. And I think that's what the kind of label helped with that,
Kind of going along with that. So I just said, I've noticed, with nu metal, that it definitely has a resurgence. In the last couple of years, I've seen even newer bands kind of have that nu metal sound to it. So I'm curious. Obviously, as you said, it kind of died out for a while, but now it's kind of coming back. So does that kind of bring you back to when you first started the band, having that nu metal sound?
When we actually kind of had more of a grungy punk sound in the very beginning. If you guys, if you go all the way back, because we've been doing this since we were teens and even younger.
That's
And,
prior to Everlit. He's talking about prior to Everlit shit.
Yeah. We've had multiple bands, but the three of us have been together since high school. But like I remember like Nirvana being like like that kind of grungy style being what I was kind of trying to push as like our style for a while, and then I started getting into bands like Slipknot and Mudvayne and Deftones and stuff, and then we started trying to go a little bit heavier but keep pretty vocals, and I think that's where we kind of I think the new metal sound might have been our second evolution.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I recently went back and like listened to like the real old stuff again. I was like, damn, I did like sound a lot like her. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I was always trying to sound like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was purposeful.
That was pretty nutty.
Yeah, I think
good.
I think like these guys have been hitting at. We've been doing this for a long time. We've gotten better at what we do too, and through the kind of evolution of the band and just trying different things and getting better at what we do and just really finding ourselves. And then, like Jake said, it's kind of just like luck that new metal's making a resurgence right now, and that's the direction that we kind of were like, dude, whatever, who cares if it works or not, let's just have fun and do what we do. And it's all just kind of hitting at the same time. We're better at what we do now. We're better at writing that kind of music. That's what's like catching right now. So maybe it's the, it's all just timing, and maybe it was all.
Yeah, well, I think bands like having bands like Bring Me the Horizon writing new metal style tracks, and like Memphis Mayfire writing new metal kind of tracks rather than that core stuff that they used to do, is like, that's really, these huge bands doing it is like setting the wave,
Yeah, there remember that one, there was like I think it might have been AP or something, but they were trying to say that like the one Bring Me the Horizon song was like, did they steal this from Deftones? And it's like, it's not the same. It's like, wow, yeah, that Deftones sound coming back.
That new Drugs album, I don't know if any of you guys listen to the new Drugs album, but they've got quite a new metal feel on that.
Oh yeah,
I know they always had kind of a new metal edge to them, but like they have one song on there that sounds like Deftones.
Oh shit, I gotta hear this. I do love Drugs.
Yeah, it's really cool, man.
I love Drugs.
He's back.
Is that why they named them that? They named themselves that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they did it.
Funny, I like
Yeah,
there you go, bro.
I lost service there for a second. My 5G just disappeared.
Yeah, well, dude, you're not supposed to do video conferences and drive at the same time.
I'm not moving currently, but I don't really know how. I don't have the greatest service where I'm at, and I'm in Georgia.
Are you parked in
are
the
you?
parking lot?
No, I'm at a pilot truck stop.
Yeah.
Nice. That's like band tour memories right there.
I know, right?
Yeah, dude, I got a fiberglass shell I built on the back of this flatbed I've been sleeping in for the past week.
Nice.
Wow.
It's like I'm on tour for work now.
Yeah. That's good.
without the music though. Yeah.
Which touring is more fun, work touring or band touring?
Band touring is definitely more fun.
Are you still playing beer pong in Walmart parking lots?
Oh man.
With
every aspect of touring was fun, but it is fun. But I just like playing live shows, man. I feed off the crowd energy. I think we all do, and it's just definitely hands down my favorite part is actually playing live shows.
Kind of going along with that, so I'm curious for all of you guys. So, like, when performing live, like, how do you determine a set for a live show?
Oh, we fight like cats and dogs over which song.
Oh yeah, it gets argued over for way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we all think one song is gonna like make or break the whole set, and like everyone's gonna know if we change it.
People are gonna be pissed if we don't play this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, no one's gonna notice.
It's fun. We do have the one pretty funny example of that was oh my God, how am I forgetting his name? But we were opening up for him at the Grape Room. Guitarist of Creed, I think.
Oh, well, let's see. Oh, the guitarist for Creed? That's Mark Tremonti.
Tremonti.
Yeah, Chimani.
Yeah,
I wasn't at the Grape Room though.
Was it at the Grape Room?
No, I was at
Was it
Bam
Million Club?
Margera's spot or whatever. That was
that was at
Westchester.
Bam's spot in Westchester.
The note.
Oh, the note. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we like remember we like, or that was was that with Will Powerless? That was the whole problem.
Probably.
Yeah,
But
that wasn't.
yeah, it's funny how like we set a list for it to be like closer to Creed, so we were doing like some of our lighter stuff, and then we heard Tremonti's stuff, his solo project, and we're like, whoa, this dude goes hard. So on the way to the show, we were like, all right, we got to make this our hardest set that we have, the most double bass pedal. And it was fun. Like, yeah, we didn't really do our research before that. Then we were like, whoa, this dude goes heavy. Yeah.
Yeah,
then,
he really treads on his solo stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess we learned from that and now do all the research before every show.
So I'm curious for each of you, what is your favorite song to perform live?
I think for me it might be Afterglow.
That is a good one.
For me, it's Red.
That one's just fun. It just jams. It's catchy.
Yeah, those are fun. I mean, it's for me, it's a song that we haven't released yet. So you're gonna, it's Worst Enemy. I don't even know if we're gonna name it that. But
it's definitely gonna be called that.
It's Worst Enemy. Yeah. So be ready.
Unless
for
for some
that
reason.
Huh?
Unless for some reason the label wanted to change it, which they haven't said anything about, but it'll be called that, I think.
Yeah, that one's a blast. That one, the whole time, I'm just like smiling playing that song. It's so fun. Yeah. How about you, George? You gonna say
I don't
know.
Six Cup might be my favorite to play. That's another one.
I didn't know we were allowed to pick songs that weren't released yet. If that's the case, I want to change mine.
Well,
Fake is an old song off our first EP is Everlit. That's a classic new metal style song, dude. That's just fun as hell to play live.
Yeah,
the bridge in that one slaps pretty hard live.
Yeah, if you haven't listened, anybody out there is watching this, if you haven't listened to Fake, go throw that shit on.
Yeah, the bridge part on that one's really fun live, where it just like drops and we're just all headbanging and stuff. It's pretty fun.
Well, right on, all very good picks for that as well. So now, as we're starting to close out this interview, so obviously you guys have, obviously talking about new music in the works. So I'm curious, like, how is 2025 looking like for you guys?
We're excited, man.
It's going to be busy.
2025 is definitely going to be probably our biggest year yet, since we just signed with the label and everything. At the moment, we're just concentrating on writing and recording as many good tracks as we can, especially as Jake was saying with the whole new metal resurgence and everything. Trying to capitalize on that, pump out a bunch of good new metal tracks. So, and then we have talked about doing some live stuff with the label, but it depends on where it is, what it is, when it's coming around, if it's close enough for us to hop on and all those kinds of things too. So at the moment, we don't have any live set up, but definitely keep checking back with us, because that can change as soon as some opportunities pop up that we can work with.
Very good. I'm excited to see what you guys have up to, how 2025 goes and all of that as well. So I'm curious, can you give any hints of like, the new music you're writing? Like, can you give any hints of what people might expect?
We're getting heavier.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to Nightmare, which is out there and released, I think that gives you a little bit more of a taste of the direction of what's to come.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you were to, or two existing songs, if you were to merge Game Over and Nightmare, that's kind of where we're going. Like Nightmare was like all heavy, Game Over was heavy, but with like a lot of melody. It's kind of in the middle of the two of them, where like it's heavy as shit. There's some really dope riffs, there's some banger bridges, but there's also a lot of really catchy vocals and just I feel like the production level is a little bit better on those than it was in Nightmare's like a raw metal track, just instruments and us just having fun writing a metal track.
But it still has that catchy hook to it. Like, our songs always got some kind of catchy, some kind of catchy vocal groove or pattern to the music where it just locks you in too.
If I could add to that question, I think the biggest thing is that like on a lot of our previous songs, most of our catalog, we had some heavy riffs and stuff. Like the music had a little bit of edge, but on most of the songs, there wasn't a ton of screaming. It was mostly just that catchy melodic singing. So one of the biggest changes that people are going to see is also a little bit heavier bridges and like more edgy riffs. But we're also going to be going more back and forth between the gritty screaming, some hardcore screaming, and the pretty vocals, because that's the biggest change that I'm making as a singer is going to be having more of that back and forth.
Right.
Yeah, it's been something we've been asking for a while too. So we're getting what we want, man. We're writing what we want, and we're
these guys always wanted me to scream more, and I was always like, "But the radio."
Right.
Let's get heavy.
Yeah. And also for coming for this year, there's going to be a lot less sway. There's going to be just a lot more us, like what we've always wanted to do and always wanted to be. Yeah. We finally got the opportunity and the positioning to be able to finally be ourselves even more, you know?
Yeah, and the label's cool with it, right? Like a lot of times you hear horror stories, you get signed to a label, you got to change what you do. You got to be doing shit to appease them, but they want us all having fun. It's a passion project for them too. Like everybody's in on it to just do what we all love doing.
I'm very happy for you guys, not only with putting out some new music. I'm excited to hear the direction you guys go, but also I'm very happy for you guys that signing with the deal that you guys you get to be what you want to be, and I'm looking forward to Ryan. I'm looking forward to hearing you scream more. I've been taking it so far with what the small pieces we've had with the thing with the music, so I'm looking forward to hearing more of it.
Nice, yeah. Well, you will.
We think you're gonna like it.
Oh, for sure. I'm excited to check it out when obviously when more new music is released. But now, as we're closing this interview out, so for everyone watching, where are the best places to find Everlit online?
Social media channels would be X and Instagram are the two places we chat the most with people. Like that's the easiest ones to actually communicate with us. We're on Facebook, YouTube and stuff. But yeah, I'd say those two, Instagram and X.
And then if you wanted to just be able to get merch or anything like that, or check out where to stream us, just check out everlitmusic.com. Should have all the links and stuff.
Very good. I will leave some links for Everlit in the description of this podcast. Please check out and support them. But guys, thank you so much for stopping by Super Cool Radio. I had a fantastic time chatting with you all.
Thanks.
Likewise, man. Nice chatting, dude. Look forward to doing it again in the future.
Yeah, man.
I'm looking forward to it as well. But for all of Everlit, I'm your host always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Super Cool Radio. And remember, stay frosty.